Single thing that you can possibly think of.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sako resting bed. Setswana lights.
Yeah.
Hey. Setswana lights.
Yeah, but how long have you been doing this whole farming thing?
Since so I was born. My dad is a farmer.
Okay. King lady celebrity ko Setswana se se monate lenaneo e la mo Itse, know her or him. Ke fa ke na le she's feeling laughy. Ke na le Boipelo. Re tlo go bua ka Setswana, re tlo go bua ka bolemirui, re tlo go bua. Hey, go gontsi. There's a lot to come except mojolo. A re ga ba tlo go bua ka mojolo, but it's fine. Ka gore re batla sneak and peeks of pandemic. Anyway, dumela mme.
Agele kae?
Ke teng kae?
I'm good.
Setswana sona wa se kgona.
Ka se kgona Setswana ke Motswana.
Wa se bua Setswana.
Yes, ka se bua.
Sa ko kae Setswana motho?
Sako Rustenburg. Tswana lights.
Yeah.
Hey, Tswana lights.
Hey, batho ba re ke phela ke bua ka Rustenburg. Hey, ga ke bua ka Rustenburg, just wait again. Rustenburg ena le tsa yona.
Yeah, no. It's a country on its own.
It's a country on its own. Yo. Otherwise, how siame ke siame. Ke tlile fa because I wanted to talk to you. I found you very intriguing, found you very ka sekgowa re tla re ka Setswana no le pelo khale, very ambitious person. From where I know you from. Hey, but to king lady celebrity go TikTok.
Celebrities on TikTok.
Hey, lady celebrity go TikTok.
Yeah, ish.
Because that's how I met you. That's how we started having a conversation. I'm slipping in my DMs more.
I
Into
never
the
actually
DMs.
thought that. Hey, I actually never thought that of you. I mean, people slip into the DMs all the time. But I saw you liked my content before, and then you slipped into the DMs. Or look, I'd like to, have a conversation with you. And I was like, okay, because I've had a couple of those serious DMs. So it was one of those serious ones. And I was like, okay, cool,
Yeah, so I was really impressed and really, I love what you're doing. And I thought, Itse, what could be the smallest of things that I can do with you, contributing to maybe what you're doing, and more importantly, Motswana. I think for me that was the most intriguing part. Over and above that, Motswana, in a field that is your mainly male infested.
Yes, and old.
And old. And
old. I always say that it's so tricky being in this industry because your uncles, your grandfathers, your fathers, they're gatekeeping. They are gatekeeping us. I don't know what it is, hey?
Nah.
They are gatekeeping. If you go to someone and you ask for, not even like donations, like asking for information.
Knowledge.
And you're like, Kante, guys, why?
Why are you hogging information?
Where can I get this and that? Which is the best this and that? They just don't want to advise.
Wow.
This is how I get it right.
Wow. So farming is that difficult?
Yeah, no, it's literally a trial and error. For me, it's been a trial and error. Especially on the crop side.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, it's been a lot of reading, a lot of trying to understand the science behind it because I didn't formally study agriculture or farming.
Interesting. I thought you did.
No, I didn't. So I've done a few short courses, but it was just that.
Wow. Okay. And how long have you been doing this whole farming thing?
So I was born, my dad is a farmer.
Okay.
Right. So
hey, bomomadi.
Bomomadi.
Batho ba gana dineo, batho gore no. Kana tate mogolo ga go neele ngaka gore papa o neele ngaka tsa bo ngaka kibo. Ga neele papa le ngaka nke bo botsere. Ya ka o tsere farming.
Tricky question. But yeah, probably.
So your dad is a farmer.
My dad is a farmer. He's more on the livestock side.
Nice.
He prefers livestock. He understands it. And he's been doing it since his dad passed on.
Wow.
Because when his dad passed on, my dad is from a family of 12, so he had brothers. Yeah, there's quite a lot of us. So my dad started off growing up into this farming thing, and then obviously he started farming with his dad, or on his dad's farm. His dad passed away, and then he got his own farm where he's been farming. And obviously being Wanakohai, I was not a very social child.
Okay.
Growing up, I think a lot of people from Rustenburg would wonder because I was a homebody. I was a homebody. I think people know my sister more than they know me, my younger sister. So whenever they would see her and she'd be like, "That's my sister," they're like, "Really?
You have a sister?"
Like, okay. So I was a homebody, and that also meant I would run errands with my dad.
Okay.
A lot. We very close.
So
my dad and I. And he's set the bar.
Hey, like, you must know yourself.
Okay, you must understand. You must understand that man.
Wow.
And he taught me everything I know about life, about like going out for things that you want and not waiting for things to come to you. And with those travels, you know, when you go maybe Leah fantasying for auctions or Leah Loreka di Josa di Khomo. Like my dad was that guy ke bone barekisa, you know, breadcrumbs go kai, you know, he's that guy. Rai mixes the feed. We would mix our own feed, so he'd always be hustling for things in jail. You know, I actually call him a hoarder because everything's hasebonang. He wants
feels
you know. So I would spend a lot of time with my dad, and I guess I learned a lot from him. And the love for farming basically started then, where I would know the supplier, I would know the you know, what do you use when so, you know, how do you preserve the medication, because back in the day. So I learned a lot of the things unawares. Okay, I'm actually learning about farming and I'm actually having an interest in it. And then the crop thing, I think it was 2016. Okay, so now look, my dad rajutana, like, you know. I'm like, Dad, why is it crops? Because we started doing a small garden, go Morageng.
All right.
Cabbage,
and which I would think it makes sense if you've got manure.
Exactly. And the guy Jackson, he still works for my dad. He's been working there since I was a kid. And Jackson urata crops. He loves planting things. So and stuff like that.
Wow.
So we had someone that was very interested in it, and that also, you know, made me more interested in it. And that's when I was like, Papa, no, let's do this. Let's get a tractor. Let's see. Papa, we're always talking about business and how to make money. Yes. So so my mom is also very actively involved, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, why
her.
unfortunately?
For her.
Oh, for her. Ay, 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 ay. Uleno mo.
Umo, since we've also left home, involved and
Stiri girl or a
yeah,
stiri boy.
yeah. My mom actually says that. Your dad thinks kid na stir girl. This man, Tama, and Ohujaha, Tama, Bona, Obaro Yatwala, no, go on. Past 12. My mom would phone Aquatile, are you're dead. You are already paid, you know.
Yeah.
So I had a really I have a very close knit family,
Yeah.
and we're doing this farming as a family. I have a younger sister as well. She also does it, not by choice.
Wow.
But
ogar lego military.
Like my house is a military house because on a weekend, for example, on a Saturday, no sleeping in. Kids sleeping in no.
Yeah, no.
But sleeping in no in the morning, ro enter the home. You know.
Sure.
On a Saturday, during school holidays, li busy ko morakeng. Like
Halina, hey.
No.
Papa Haku was a very smart man. If I had daughters, I would definitely do the same.
Yeah.
Basi manyana bakaske batla ko morake.
Yeah, no, it saved us from a lot. It saved us from a lot. And for me, it really gave me a peace. Like, man, can I live a sense of peace? Can I live a sense of... Like, it's so refreshing.
Onale, basically peace of mind. You just tranquil. Hey, it's a hey, tranquility. Tranquility.
Yes.
So I like the fact that you got into your family, and that now I'm gonna take you back. Actually, do you remember I would assume that Papa was a very, or still is a very central beings in the story, which is very fascinating. How was it like wherever you grew up?
Park Extension 6 near Tebza. Go Tebza's Tavern. If you're familiar with Rustenburg, you just call me.
That's where you are.
I am there.
So you grew up there, did everything there. How was Nhonzeang from what age? How far did you realize okay, Rustenburg, okay, Papa or go gae re rata go nna balemirui and sort of.
Yeah,
dikolo tso di tseneng.
Yes. I was okay, so I was born in Kopukeng. My parents were still living in Kopukeng.
Okay.
When I was born, and then Ramuvela ko Rustenburg North.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Rustenburg North back in the day. And then I think I was in grade 5 or 6 when we moved to Hilo. Yeah, I went to Zinyaville Secondary School.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, those who know Kitendukoko, an Indian school where most of the kids were Indian.
And like Setswana Sagago is pretty good for somebody who went to school as Samakho, right?
As Samakho, it was more Indian and colored. And here and there, you'll find a white person.
No pahamate, Mara. No pahamate.
Or dropiwa off. Yeah.
No pahamate. It's what Baba pahaming scope. We was school.
Yes. So I go to get to school. And yeah, I had a really normal life. My parents were church people.
Yeah.
So when you're not doing farming things, you are probably doing church things. Yeah.
Jeez.
So I had a pretty normal life. I can't really remember the first instance, okay, now we are farmers or whatever. It's literally just always been something that has been there. Like, when you only know farming and it's like,
this is the only thing.
You don't know what are they doing.
What are they?
You know what I mean? So for me, that's like that's like the basis of who I am. I don't really know anything
outside farming.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And holidays, like you said, ga gona gore you sleeping in. Hey banna bona ga o tsoga phakela wa morageng.
Yeah, we are morageng. Or around the house, like my dad, so it's 2 girls. He never took us like bastana. We never had someone doing our gardening.
Wow.
There was never a helper growing up. So ka di holiday papotla le krela project, he will definitely keep you busy. Like we'll either paint, we'll either anything, pack the garage.
That's you. And wait go monate go nna le bana ba ba utlwang wait.
Something. Like there was always a project.
So
that you were doing.
You went through like that. I guess your primary years.
Yes.
Teen years as well. No look Rustenburg.
Yes.
And then ngwana wa phasa o ya varsity or tertiary. That is get out of varsity because I think we like using the word varsity and we pressurize bana ba bang. Le rona ra pressurize. Sometimes it's not about gore o fetsa school and you have to go to varsity. Gona le di technical schools, gona le di FETs. Those as well are as much as important as the university.
Definitely.
So how to Rustenburg go boya?
Eish.
Pitori. Wa go bolela.
The People's University.
Hey.
Like, guys, went to the People's University. Those of you who don't know, Kaya TUT, main campus, Pretoria West.
But Baba Des, where go Pitori, where go?
The People's University. Yes. So I went there and I did a diploma. In mechanical engineering.
Wow. I would think farming.
Really?
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm born for this.
Guys, I spent too much time with my dad. My dad and Jude are born engineering. And Jude, because I honestly think I did the wrong course. But anyways,
it is what it is.
It is what it is. But went did mechanical engineering. And then from there, I moved to the practical.
Yes.
Did the practicals with some company, Kodi power stationing. And yeah, I was living that Eskom life for a while. I was living that life for a while, for a very long while. Traveling the power station. It was fun.
Nice.
It was very nice.
Just a disclaimer.
No, it's not me. I would get calls.
Put it there.
Calls. Why? Why I can explain, but it won't make sense.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
So mechanical engineering, you find yourself now Okopitori. Sometimes I not such a cool university though. The challenge is still on as a young person. I don't want to say as a woman, as a young woman, but I think the way the country is structured, masculinity linked toxic thing. How did you find now you moving Rustenburg etonanyana mara Pitori to?
For me it wasn't too tricky because I was used to life here. I was used to life here, farming. So for me, I really didn't experience a lot when I was in Pretoria. To be honest, I get hopefully much that sort of, for me, I was always indoors. I was always indoors. I was just doing, I mean, even from university fela, I can't say kenale friends that I made and I actually came out with.
Wow.
You know, I
go Pitori mara go le monate go Pitori go Sunnyside. Yo,
I didn't experience any
Europa.
I swear.
My goodness.
I've never been to
wow.
Europa. I've never been to where Nadine. I think the only time I went out when I was in Pretoria was that World Cup year.
Yeah. No, that was happening.
Yeah, we went to like Hatfield for like the match, some of the matches and whatever. Nice. But it was I never really experienced, like I it sucks that I didn't. I wish I could have put myself out there a bit more. But yeah, right? But I honestly can't say I had any challenges. It's either negile go Rustenburg or negile in my flat.
In your flat.
Yeah.
It's very interesting because a lot of kids struggle, especially when you get to bigger cities. Now I'll put myself there because I remember I get an aqua kid, I'm like, that's now province ya rona, we are very conservative. It's hardly so gore o ka re wa go bona motho mme o rekisa ngaime for strateng fale, and it's publicly known. And until ke tsana go Pretoria and I'm like,
during the day.
So you know, and I guess it's relabato ka Setswana. Go na le batho ba ileng gore they'll be out and about out there. E bo fitlhelele go te Pitori sentse ngwana. Mara Pitori ga ya senya ngwana. Ngwana ke ena a senyegileng ga tsena go Pitori.
I think Negele boy. I think I was it's not a matter of getting a choice. Okay, I'm not gonna get into it. It was just like I've heard so many stories, and I don't want to be a statistic. I'm not you know, I came back on a statistic, you know, on some. We let Pitori ke yo win.
Yeah. No, I guess, you know, and Lena, I can attest to the fact that maybe some of the things that I didn't do, nekele boy, you know, and it's okay. It's okay not to have a dramatic life. People like dramatic lives, and some people they've never gone through that drama, and they went out of the varsity life, you know, unscarred. It's okay, and that's very interesting. How fetsa go TUT wa batsena go Eskom.
Eskom young redirector, and then I started something else, went and did industrial engineering.
Okay.
And now I'm currently doing my master's in it.
Because
it redirected me. So yeah, I went into more of like project engineering. I went into more project planning and project management. So I decided that industrial engineering was more compatible with the kind of work that
you do.
Yeah.
Then I guess, do you ever think gore batho nako tse dintsi that's what they think, gore your professional life will always clash with your passion? Have you ever experienced that? Gore ke batla go bereka, ke batla tšhelete ya go Eskom ya engineering, mara man.
I'm no longer with Eskom though. I left Eskom. The life was too hectic for me. The traveling was a lot.
Yeah.
I left Gaya Sasol after Eskom for a bit. I had a short stint go Sasole, and then I moved to where I am now. We sell construction machinery.
Interesting. So do you ever have that, or have you ever had that clash of, this is way too much, this professional work, I just want to do my but what about push a passion? Push a passion. Have you ever gone through that, and how did you overcome that?
I felt like that. I actually woke up one day and I was like, I want to do something else with my life. And I think I need to mention that I'm very privileged to have the kind of parents that I have. I always say I'm able to take leaps because I know someone will catch me if I fall.
Wow.
Right? And my parents are literally that cushion that I think would be convenient for a lot of people, but I understand that it's not something that everyone has a privilege to, you know.
Yes.
So I one day woke up and I was like, no, this ESCOM life is not for me. I'm not in the power business anymore. I want to do my own thing.
Yeah.
I actually did leave and I did farming full time.
Wow. Farming full time in the world where statistics are saying pretty much 20%, actually 15% of landowners in the world are females. That was like, geez, 15%. How do you like maneuver around that as a woman? When you come in this country, only about 20% of women of farmers in the country ke basadi.
For me, I'm quite fearless when it comes to that. I don't really like ever think, oh, I'm a woman, or you know, like I'm usually just I want to do this and this is what I'm going to do, right? Like I mentioned earlier, obviously the people that really know are the older men in the industry, and they are not really happy when they see a woman doing it. And I wouldn't say it was too challenging for me to like formal employment. I was just like, I guess, impatient.
Okay.
With the process. So farming is not a get rich quick scam. I just give me sales today
no.
And then tomorrow
no.
So farming is really a waiting game, you know.
Oh man.
And there's so much that goes into it, you know. For me, it was a matter of, okay, I love farming. I'm passionate about it. And I was getting support from the Department of Agriculture, for example. I was getting support here and there from...
So patience is key. And how can there's just patience and, you know, looking at numbers and doing your math. There must be something higher than you that you must believe in, especially in farming.
I agree. I agree. I think any farmer will tell you, you have to believe in a higher power. You know, you must believe in God. You must be someone who believes that there is someone bigger than me. You know, because the challenges are real, and at some point you just need to give it up and say, you know what, you know, like, it's okay, like, I'm giving it to God, I'm giving it to whoever that you feel like giving it up to, because the challenges are real.
How often do you pray?
I pray every day.
Wallah, every day.
I can live every day. I can live every day. But you know, you have me on your WhatsApp, and you know, I'm like into gospel music. I listen to a lot of like praise and worship. I listen to a lot of like faith-based music because it keeps me going. You know, I've got refuge you know, so any farmer will tell you, Hore,
it's real.
It's real.
Because now I was thinking, it's how to the worship and praise on these WhatsApp statuses. Hey, refuge in God.
No, it's literally just the kind of state that you need to be in. Because literally anything can go wrong. And you just have to roll with the punches.
You have to roll with the punches. And I guess, you know, Hamudimo Ali above everything else. Lona Balimiru, you facing foot and mouth, you facing drought, you facing Lipul. Apparently Lipula had in too much last race.
Yes. Like heavy rainfalls are not a good thing for us.
My goodness.
You can, for example, recently our solar panels did hail like a few months ago. Yeah. And it costs money.
My goodness.
It costs money. Like
yeah.
So not too much. Like rain, but not too much. You know?
So those are the things that, you know, you as a farmer you really not in control of most of the things that's happening. And I can imagine Hore flap. It's expensive to be a farmer.
It is. But like as I said earlier, when I was like, you know, it needs a lot of money to run.
Yeah.
There's been like advancements in technology. I think there are ways to mitigate the losses. But those ways also need money. I mean, you can build structures. People are doing hydroponics.
Interesting.
People are having their greenhouses for their crops. They control temperature. They control sunlight. Like the technology in farming.
It's
right?
crazy.
It's crazy, but obviously it also needs money.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So there isn't an easy way of saying I can do this. I know minimum input, maximum output in terms of profit.
It's
I thought little millionaires.
Yeah, there are young farmers that are really, really rolling in it. But they will also tell you how challenging it is, because obviously the higher the profit, it means the bigger the risk was.
That's true.
So
that's true.
The stress in between. Yeah, it's a lot.
It is a lot.
It
and
is.
Rona, we look at you guys and we think, no, you know what? It's give me land. I'll do this thing. Why is it difficult? Because there was a point where the government was giving a lot of land, and that is barren at the moment. And I sit there when I listen to your struggles, and I'm like, wow, this thing is not a joke. This thing is for some people a matter of life and death, because if it doesn't work out, what do you do? We're not there's something to fall back on. But
no, it is a lot. With farming, you need money to farm, and I've lost my trail of thought.
Yeah, you need a lot of money to farm.
Need a lot of money
and
to farm.
I would assume that with a lot of money that you're putting in, the return on investment as well should be justifiable, right? Because what's the point of wa koplasing every day, right?
Yeah.
So it's hard being a farmer, but is it something that you can quit? Would you ever quit? Would you ever say,
no, never. I don't think so. Farming, because like I believe like farming for me fulfills me. In the wild, in the open, anything also bonang, you just see vast amounts of land. For me that is very therapeutic. It's very fulfilling. And for you, that seedling, and for it to grow and progress, we want okay after how many weeks so after this, after those steps, it's very fulfilling for me. I don't ever see myself saying, look,
trading it off for anything.
In fact, I crave so much of it on a day to day. In the morning, you know, you miss those
things,
flies all over you, and but the thing is with farming, You can't really see the outputs.
That's true.
You know, and with farming, the nice thing is that you get to see the outputs.
That's true.
You know, you get
to see Mara, I've been working and this is what I've been working for.
Exactly. You don't always see the outputs go merokong unless kadi bonus, but with farming, you literally put in the work and it's not always equivalent to the amount of work, but you see, okay, wait till.
And now I would assume how the other difficult part for you is you being in Joburg and having now to travel time and again to do what you feel it's more fulfilling to you.
Yes.
How are you managing that? Because vacation, you can't you how you just gonna be at a farm. How do you manage these things?
I think it just comes down to prioritizing what you want.
Yeah.
It's difficult. It's difficult to have time for that and try to advance in your career, in your studies, in everything basically.
Yeah.
It's very hard to do. It's challenging. It's not hard.
It's not.
It's doable. I think if you have the bigger picture, this is where I'd like to see myself one day. I think Rajaha, we are the microwave generation where we want things to happen.
Yeah,
and we want
instant gratification.
Instant gratification vibes. But at the end of the day, when you know what you ultimately want to do, those challenges, you take them gracefully. You're like, okay, although I can't be here every day, one day I'm working towards having that serenity every day versus every second week or every other week. So I guess that's what keeps me going. But I'll never leave farming ever. Like
the patience, like you you put something on the ground and you have to wait.
And the excitement when it comes out, harvesting time, you're like, yo, like the excitement it's crazy. It feels good.
That's the most interesting part about it. I don't know if I have the patience of being a farmer, but people like you are really showing us that it's possible, especially when you are faced with so many challenges. We spoke about like women don't generally own land. That's the first thing that people talk about. It's a male dominated environment. In and above that, you have to trust in something bigger than you. You have to pray on a daily basis, and you have to work. And you are a mom. Your story is one of the great stories that needs to be told, because I feel if we don't, then we'll be doing disjustice to people who are working and have passion. We'll be doing disjustice to mothers who are trying to find their way in life and just pushing their passion. The other thing is, we can't take away the fact that your passion comes from God, and you pursuing your passion as well is a story on its own. And that's what I wanted this conversation to be about. Too much. I feel like it is too much. But apart from this farming thing, I hear it's events as well. What is that all about?
So there's a thing that Penelope started.
Okay.
A friend of mine. She had this idea, but she did not have the privilege like myself to have a farming background, or to know where to go know where to start. So basically she had this concept and we came together and ran with it. It's called Farm to Dinner Table Experience. So basically it is an event where we bring farmers together, and we basically do on a social level, because I think the misconception is that farmers are
Hey man, lucky,
we have this thing that farmers are not really like.
Yes, you're back in the 80s, 70s.
So I think more than anything, more than the networking that happens at these events, it's just to bring farmers together and say we are also human. We also like monati.
Yeah.
We also like to go out and have fun. And that's what the event is about.
Yeah.
I have, however, I'm not involved in the upcoming event because of some of the commitments that I have.
Yes.
But there's an event coming up on the 30th of September. It's going to be at Molitva.
Okay.
Molitva. Yeah, that means Molitva.
Yeah.
In let me just open the thing.
No, check. Those details, we must be there.
Yes.
And enjoy more than anything and understand what farming is and what farmers really go through and what do you do on your daily basis. I guess that will be the conversations that will be had. You can't just nothing fair.
It's basically more of let's network.
Yeah.
It's happening on the 30th of September, and then the theme is beige at Molitva. You can Google it. It's there. It's a beautiful restaurant, farm style restaurant.
Nice.
And the theme this year is it's a wine and whiskey tasting. So
nice.
It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna be there, and Penelope will also be there. It's very sad that I couldn't help in planning it this year, but definitely it's something that you need to attend to as a farmer, as a young farmer who likes having fun as well. Because I think farming, guys, we are fun people. We are fun people, and but it's gonna be fun. I'd really like to extend my invite to the farming community to say, come through, let's have our chats. We usually invite industry professionals to come and have talks. We had a few speakers from the Ekurhuleni.
This is a nice
Ekurhuleni, yes. Ekurhuleni, what's it called? Agricultural College. There will definitely be other speakers. There were other farmers as well motivating and just telling us how they navigating.
But you can navigate.
And I think the biggest thing though is collaboration. As black farmers especially. Other races, they are able to go much further than us because there's only so much land, there's only so much of whatever resources. But if we come together and we're now 100 hectares, 100 hectares, we can approach big industries and say, look, we can supply this much versus holy wani where you're not able to meet demand. I think collaboration is by far the biggest thing that we need to start doing. These events are basically to cultivate that.
Interesting. Wow. So farm to
dinner table experience. It's on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Yes.
The biggest one.
The biggest one. They go TikTok. So follow them. You'll see the page in all details. Your booking, everything is there. Yes.
Boipelo, I would like to say thank you for this conversation. Was an eye opener. I mean, watching you from a distance, all about TikTok and doing your thing as a farmer, I was so intrigued, and I said, "Hi, man. This is a person that needs to be talked to." Like you what are her wins in this farming game? And in as much as you don't wanna admit that you've got so many wins in this, you do. right? You do, and your story needed to be told. I'm hoping for about to interview and they will learn a lot from you, not just as a person, not just as a farmer, but as a mother, and just, you know, as a person who wants to do good for society. So if there's anything else you want to say to...
No. I think I've said a lot. He was actually complaining for
Yo, hey,
so no, I've got nothing else
we've
to say.
taken breaks and she doesn't want to stop talking. So okay ke like khosimang wa bua Setswana se se monate lenaneo ele la moitsi. We were sitting with the beautiful Boipelo, and we've learned a lot from her. Jaaka ke atle ke tswalle ke atle ke re nna le bopelo telele, nna le bopelo nolo, ebile o nne le lerato gore e tle re tsatsi lengwe ga motho a hloka lerato le mo pelong ya gago o kgone go le monaya. With me saying that ke ra gore rata motho yo fo thoko ga gago gore mo fe lerato leo atle a nne motho ebile atle a itse lerato la modimo. Ka gore ya ka re ke a leboga. Peace. Re tla bonana gape mo nakong e tlang ga mo ratile. Thank you.